G'day guys. Okay, we are up for a big one today. This one is something I've wanted to play with for a while. This is called flocking powder. I'm not swearing, I kid you not. That's what it's called. Flocking powder. I was really curious about this. I saw somebody using it. It was overseas. I don't know if it was an English lady or US, Canadian, I got no idea. But I wanted to get my hands on some, and the other week when Lincraft opened up here in Caboolture, I went in and to my shock, they had these little tubs of flocking powder, and they had a range of different colours. So I knew that I would probably use the blue. So here goes nothing. This is, I have not, you can see, it's still in the packet. I haven't played with this. I will be honest. I expected as much mess as maybe gold foiling. So be prepared. Initially, it looks a little crazy. But as I played with it a little further, it got better. Now, this is my title, Dream Big, and it's obviously brown. It doesn't really go with what I'm doing. So I've pulled out my Kmart alcohol markers. I've pulled out the dark blue, and bazinga, it goes over it beautifully. And yeah, there's nothing really to say about it. I changed my title from wood grain looking title to blue. And yeah, I just sort of went over it, and then I sort of went around it. I am texting while I'm doing this. Hi, Cass. This is what I was doing when I was messaging you. And so basically, yeah, that's no big deal. These alcohol markers, I did a review on them. I bought a few of them for me to try them before you buy them, and they work a treat. They're not in the most extensive colour range, but for what I use them for, they work a treat. They're absolutely not a drama. I have considered buying more pens. Don't worry, I come back. I'm texting. I'm sorry. This is extremely rude of me. Actually, I wasn't at that point. I wasn't texting. I was looking for another tape. So here you can see I've got 3 different widths of tape. Now, everything I researched on this product, I've never used this product before. Sorry if you can hear the birds in the background. It's really hot today. I've got my window open. I'm praying no dogs start barking, because if that's the case, I'm going to have to start this again. Okay, so watch this. Now, this is taking Scrooge to a whole new level. This is just white cardstock. I could have just flipped it over, but no. Instead, I was in the mood for being fiddly. So I put this bit of double-sided tape down, and on the end it went a bit too far. So I wanted to bring it back because I've left a little tiny gap between each strip of tape, specifically so you can see the white cardstock through it. It just adds to the effect. It adds to the drama. I have been thinking since doing this, I've only just finished doing this page, and yes, I have white triangles on my page. Don't worry, that's just my daughter's gymnastics coach, and who will be no longer at the end of this year because he's moving to another company, and he won't be with PCYC, but he has been an amazing coach, and we love Nick. He's awesome. And yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with us. This is me just drinking my coffee. That was my 4th coffee for the day. Now I'm wondering why I've got a headache at the moment. That's why. Here we go, guys. Okay, so one lady showed that she got a little spoon and she tipped it out. Okay, don't follow that idea. That was dumb. I have put down a piece of cardstock underneath me. Yes, I have sped this up, and boy, does that look messy. Oh, yeah. I had to figure out an easier way to not make so much mess. Keep watching, because it gets less messy. Okay, not right at that bit, but it does get less messy. This took me, for this entire page, And the fact that I had never used this product before, had no idea what the results would be. This took a grand total of a bit over an hour. I'm not even joking. Like, it came together so quickly, and it is so effective. If you've never heard about flocking, I had never heard of flocking and what it was and what it does. You know, sometimes you buy embellishments, or you buy materials or whatever, and they've got that velvet feel to them. They feel like they've been... I said felt when I was describing it to Cass, but it's not. That's what it is, but that's not how it feels once you dust it all off and everything. It feels like velvet. And even my daughter, who's an Aspie, she came in the room and I said to her, feel it. And she's always cautious when I tell her to do things like that, because she's got a thing with textures. Now, she felt it and she's like, oh, that feels really good. And it does. It feels smooth like velvet. It's gorgeous. So, yes, my colour, at this point, I'll be honest with you, I love the result. I'm happy with it. Do I have a few marks on my paper? Yes. Don't worry. I just pulled out my ink part of my eraser. Okay. Stick with me here. I figured if I'm making a giant mess, the reason I'm using my bone folder there is because this particular tape has been sitting around forever, and it's sort of started to warp. I wanted to make sure it was stuck down all the way. Now, yes, I pulled out the MARTE designer leaf. It's called Copper Starburst. I picked it up from a $2 shop. I've had it forever. It is as messy as you think it's going to be. It's 10 times messier than that. And I'll be honest with you, I absolutely love the result, and that's why I don't care. If I'm making a mess, I'm going to go to town and I'm going to make a mess. That's how it's going to be. So I'll be honest with you, it's not, if you are scared about things flying around and whatnot, this is probably not the product for you. But I love the result, and it's nothing to me. My craft room has vinyl tiles on the floor, so it doesn't faze me, and some days I don't want to get messy. Yeah, fair. I'll own that. Some days I don't. However, other days I just like getting all up in it. Like, look at that, seriously. That stuff statics on and you can't get it off. But it's all right. So these are my 99% water bum wipes that I get from Aldi, and they are, I think they're about $2.80, and they're really good because they don't have the smells in them. They don't have any of that stuff. It's fantastic. So I've done the wide tape, then I did the really thin tape, which is like 1/8 of an inch, and I did the Copper Starburst. It looks phenomenal. I love it. Absolutely love it. If you're new to my channel, hi. I am Karen. I create on the daily. Now watch how much better I do this one. It's not anywhere near as messy. So I figured out how I'm going to do it, and I just use my Cricut hook, and it's my weeding tool. I call it a hook. It's a Cricut weeding tool, and look how much neater that is. Mental note, do it like that. Don't watch the other YouTubers that show you how to use spoons and all that sort of stuff. Don't do that. Do it this way, because look how much less mess there is. There's less waste. Okay, that was a bit crazy. I sort of tipped that right out, but look at it. It just comes together perfectly. Should have done that on the wide one. Would have been heaps easier. I've still got heaps of the flocking powder left. I could do this. I reckon I was thinking about doing something super dramatic with it. Flocking powder, all I used is the double-sided tape to hold it down. All you need is a sticky surface, not a wet glue though. I can't imagine that it would work terribly well with a wet glue. Maybe tacky glue or Maybe a tacky spray might work. Maybe that could work. But I thought for the purposes of what I was doing, I figured if I did it with double-sided tape, once you put the flocking powder over it, it's no longer sticky, so that would work. So yeah, that's how I did that. Now, I was going to do another layer of copper around the border, but to my eye, and it's just my opinion, it is not a rule. I don't think there should be any rules when it comes to crafting or scrapbooking. I think you should be able to make up your own rules, and if it suits you and your purpose, then do it. So I was going to do another row, but I stopped myself because my eye kind of likes 3. It doesn't overly always enjoy looking at 4 of something. It likes the odd numbers. I can't shop. Here's something funny for you. I can't shop with odd numbers, but I like to use odd numbers. How weird's that? So if I go shopping, I have to buy 2 cans of everything, 2 bottles of everything. It is so annoying. Anyway, here's my OCD kicking in for you. So what I decided to do, instead of doing the 4th border, I would mat. I've already photo matted, and I used a sheet of Stampin' Up paper. It was just some leftover that I had. And this is all just going on white cardstock, guys. So this is totally doable. This is something, the flocking powder, yeah, that's what it's called, flocking powder. It was only $4. Like, it's really not a massive expense and outlay. You've got your double-sided tape anyway. Even if you used your tape runner, that would give you little lines. So it would be completely different. You could use your long tape runner. You could if you have a tacky glue. I might have a play, and I'll drop it over on Facebook if the glue works or if it doesn't. I might do like a short or something like that, so you can have a look. Now, I wanted to use one of these bottles of liquid pearls, but mainly because I just want to use that blue on everything, but it didn't work. So I sat back down and I thought, hang on a minute, I've had these things sitting on my desk for eons and eons. They're these little tiny glass bottles. I can't even remember where I got them from, but I'm pretty sure it was a $2 shop somewhere. And they're filled with little bits of little sprinkles, I call them. Little stars or hearts, or one's got octagons in it, one's got triangles in it. And they just sit on my desk. The reason they sit there is because to remind me that they're there, that I have them. And today I got to use them. So I'm going around with my tool. I'm literally nearly finished, and I got to this point and I thought, now the reason I wanted to add something to that white, I didn't want it to be so plain. And we all know I love me some the shiny sparkles. So these are actually white iridescent stars. So it's the inside of the star and the outside of the star. Then I dropped a couple on the blue, and I had myself a woohoo moment. Because guess what? How cool does that look? That looks exactly what I needed. And it's glued to the flocking perfectly. Will not move. Because I'm using my Art Glitter Glue. That's the glue that I use, by the way. And it's in my fine tip. Like, look at those tiny dots. That's how I did not squeeze the bottle at all. I just had it upside down and just tapped it. And bam. There it is. How awesome is that? Super cute, really good. I absolutely love it. Turned out really well. Let me know what you think down below. Is flocking something you would give a go to? I got mine from Lincraft if you do want to have a go of it. And the MARTE Copper Starburst, you can get that from a $2 shop. That's where I got it from. Now, if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. I would also love a like and a comment, all the good things. And let me know what you think. Is this something that you would like to give a go? Maybe Christmas? You could have a Christmas feel if you used reds, greens, whatever. Let me know what you think. And this is me done, I think. Yeah, I think that's it. Awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll chat to you again real soon. Thanks for that. Bye for now.